And we ride.
And we ride for Gondor.
We ride for Gondor. Hello and welcome back to the Barley Roast. I'm Lee Fabian.
Where did you pull that from? I'm Philip Morgan.
I'm Damian Coleman.
You just said it one day on Xbox, didn't you?
Yeah, I just started saying it one day.
I didn't
even.
Yeah, I didn't really pull that from anywhere. It was just something that started happening.
Wow.
We ride Gondor.
That's great. Yeah, I remember you saying that.
I can see that being in like a little Flash cartoon.
Yeah.
Like a Newgrounds Flash cartoon.
Yeah, kinda. I feel like it'd be Newgrounds.
It could be.
But anyway.
It does sound like something like Oni and G would do.
Yes.
Something along those lines.
Or, I can't remember.
Anyway, we're drinking Heavy Seas Double Cannon IPA today.
Double cannon.
That's how you know it means business.
Yeah.
Well, it's a double IPA.
Yeah, I actually do like these guys' regular IPA, which...
We're here for trouble, so make it double.
Hop aromas blast... This is covering up.
Yeah.
Hop aromas blast out of this flavor explosion, massively dry hopped with a balanced malt sweetness.
Ooh.
This irresponsible force showcases the power of bringing
irresistible.
extra artillery.
It's not irresponsible, it's irresistible.
Shut up.
Wow.
This irresistible shows
Irresponsible.
They're irresponsible with their power. They're just blowing shit up because they can.
Irresponsible. I don't like the way that looks.
Fireball. I like that.
Magic missile.
Magic missile. Magic missile.
Anyway, it's 9.5%. This is
This is not just an IPA, guys. Not just an IPA. A double.
Where are they from again?
Smells good. Baltimore.
Double
Baltimore,
IPA.
yeah, that's right. There we go.
It says, born near the harbor of Baltimore and raised in the spirit of exploration, Heavy Seas has been independently brewing since 1995. We strive to craft brews that capture your sense of adventure. Fearless, bold, independent.
Yeah. Well, cheers,
Woo!
boys.
This is gonna be great. I can tell.
I hope so. It should be. I like that.
Ooh.
Not as bad as I thought.
You've never had this?
Oh, wow. Not this one.
Okay.
Yeah, I've had their regular IPA. I haven't had the double. Wow.
I feel like it's a lot smoother than the other double IPAs.
Yeah, it's more malt than I was expecting.
Yeah, there's a smoothness to it.
Yeah,
and
the
I
hops
it.
is
It doesn't
still,
go down
like,
bad.
Yeah, like the hops is still lingering for quite a little while. Like
they're still there, and they still like hit you at first. But
yeah,
like,
it's just kind of like
it goes down
kind of
nice.
sitting on your tongue. It's not like overpowering or like disgustingly like.
Yeah, it's not like a kick to the mouth.
Yeah,
it's not like a donkey kick to the mouth.
Yeah, it's not like a firm double IPA, but it's.
Yeah. It's just it's kind of nice and gentle.
It's more like a gentle caress, a gentle stroke of a donkey's hoof.
A donkey's hoof?
Because donkey kick, it's not a donkey kick to the face.
I wouldn't say it's two cannons to the face, but I would say that it's at least like
one half a cannonball.
Maybe a grape shot round.
I was gonna say it's kind of that
more like a grapefruit.
That like black powder taste that's in the air afterward, like after the cannon goes off, like you can just kind of like taste the black powder in the air.
Oh, I mean, okay. Sure. Are you saying that you didn't get shot by the two cannons?
Two cannons?
I would not want to be shot by two cannons, no.
That's kind of what drinking a double IPA is like.
I'm pretty sure it's probably more painful, I think.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I
would imagine it like at least a little more fatal as well. Just a little. Just a little more fatal.
All right. Well, I'm going to draw out of this before we keep ranting.
We're ranting about the beer.
We'll get back to this toward the end.
What is your most dangerous memory?
Dangerous memory?
Yes.
I almost got impaled by a machete.
You almost got impaled by a machete? How did you do that?
Well, you see. So
here we go.
This was.
I'm dying.
Bless you.
No one loves me.
No one loves. I said bless you. What the heck?
Anyway, so this was 7th grade.
Well, youngin'.
Yeah, we
Are you having a machete fight?
No.
Oh.
So at the end of my street, so
You did a machete fight in 7th grade? I thought we all did that.
Nobody?
Nobody?
Have you never seen the story of Dewey Cox?
Yeah. The wrong kid died. I suddenly realized how easy it is to cut a man in half with a machete.
Oh my god.
The fucking movie.
Oh, I love it.
Anyway, go on.
Jesus.
So at the end of my
Mercedes
street,
being impaled almost.
at the end of my street, there's an empty lot. Still there. Still empty lot. But back in 7th grade, it was me, my buddies Mike and Jeremy, and Robert, where Robert provided the machetes so that we could bushwhack this empty lot, so we could turn it into a tree fort, which it wasn't a tree fort. It was open brush that we just cut.
A tree fort.
Yeah, like it was just a clearing that we made in this empty lot of like underbrush.
Oh, we found it.
We threw a bunch of like folding chairs in, and called it a fort.
Yeah, we used to go in the woods and find the like little like they're like broken down abandoned cars and like middle of the woods and stuff, and we go like, this is our fort now, yeah.
Or like,
Yeah.
there's boats out there sometimes too.
Uh-huh.
People
Yeah,
just
we
like
found a boat.
leave boats. So
We had a place called Big Blue. It was like a broken down boat in like the middle of like an overgrown forest, and we were like, yeah,
Yeah,
this is awesome. This is our new castle,
yeah.
a new
But,
hidey hole. Anyway,
So we were hanging out in our little fort, and
I like that fort.
Yeah. Our clearing, and
But
I'm
it was
sitting
your
in
clearing.
Yeah, it was our clearing. We
Okay.
made it. And
You bled for
I'm
it.
sitting in one of the chairs. Robert's not there, so it was me and Jeremy and Mike. And we very foolishly had been practicing throwing machetes into the tree trunks for the palm trees, or pine trees rather. And we're about to leave because we're like, oh, it's getting kind of late. Like, we've been hanging out after school for a little bit. We should probably get home, like, before it gets dark. And I'm sitting in one of the chairs, and Jeremy still has one of the machetes in his hand because he was chopping down one of the palm fronds. And he goes, oh, okay. And he looks over at one of the pine trees, and I see him aiming and just kind of, like, sizing up the distance. And I look at where he's aiming in relation to where I am, and I was like, I should probably move, because if that hits the wrong angle, that's gonna hit me. And Mike is already standing behind Jeremy, so I was like, hold on, and I get up, and I grab my bag, and I run over so that I'm just behind Jeremy, right as he throws it, and it hits the palm tree, bounces way up into the air, and impales the chair exactly where my chest would have been. Like,
wow. Dude,
yeah,
you had a premonition.
yeah, like, because
saw-
it was a like low sitting chair. It was like one of those
Low
like floor sitting lawn chairs, and it stabbed through the back of it exactly where like right where this like right here, like exactly like if I did not move, yeah.
Would have been R.I.P.
What is your most
R.I.P.
dangerous
Lee.
memory?
Let's see.
Trying to decide or trying to remember?
No,
I have like 2 or 3. And it's always in a car.
Oh, I have a couple in a car as well.
Yeah.
Not quite as dangerous as the machete though.
yeah, I mean, I'd say probably my most dangerous memory was in a car when I got T-boned
Okay.
and I spun 3 times before my car finally stopped. I was driving on 441 going past Forest Hill, driving away from a mall.
Okay.
I was passing the light for Forest Hill, and there was a yellow light when I passed the line, and this guy over here, he ran the red light to turn, and I looked to my left as I'm like in the middle of the intersection to just see these bright lights coming towards me. I'm like, well, there's no way I'm gonna be able to dodge this, so I'm gonna like swerve this way a little bit to like hopefully.
Swerve in the
Not-
direction he's going to make the impact
To
less.
mitigate the damages to my being.
Yeah.
And it worked. I think there was no injuries or anything. I spun like 3 times and I was like shook up. But the guy who hit me was driving a stolen car. A car he had stolen.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yep.
And he just parked to the side and he ran off into the community right next to. It was Olympia.
Damn.
It's right there, yeah. And the cops, they had helicopters and stuff looking for him. And I don't know if they ever found him.
Jesus.
But, yeah.
Damon, you should touch that on that. Because that is our timer.
Oh, yeah.
I know. I realized that. But anyway, yeah. That's one of my dangerous memories. My other memories are when I cut my hands open.
Jeez. Cut your hands open?
I mean, they were separate occasions. They weren't at the exact same time, but I have 2 scars. This one, this is not very fun for the viewers, but this one, and then I have this one. Wraps around my finger.
It's
Dang.
pretty good scars.
Yeah, and this part of my thumb is numb.
Yeah, I believe that.
Yeah.
I totally believe that. I'm pretty sure that Danielle doesn't have feeling in her her finger because the one time that she tried to open a wine bottle, and then nobody told her it was in the freezer, or maybe they had just pulled it out of the freezer. It just exploded in her hand.
Yeah.
I remember calling me and she was like, "I'm going to the hospital. I have a wine bottle blew up." I'm like, "What?" And she sliced her fingers a few times with the
The
knives
deli
and the meat
slicers and shit,
slicers.
yeah.
Oh my god.
Mm-hmm. I did this one at work.
She cut the tip of her finger off. Oh, that was so bad. It was so bad.
Anyway, most dangerous memory.
I mean, I put a rake into my foot.
Oh, yeah.
But,
Like straight through?
Yeah.
Most of the way into, not all the way through.
Yeah,
but-
that was the reason
Ow.
that for a very long time Phil was not allowed outside when drunk.
Yeah. There was that.
Oh, that happened when you were drunk?
Oh, trashed. I didn't know. I was running. I was drunk. I was running around and someone's like, because I was young.
Hey, there's a rake somewhere in this yard.
No one told me. The rake was just like randomly out there. Like someone was tending to the fire, and then like the fire was over here, and the rake was like way the hell over there. And it was facing up.
Someone was just
And
messing with it.
Yeah, it was one of those big
Hooligans.
root rakes. It's like 4 prongs.
Yeah.
And I caught that barefoot. That was awesome. No, literally probably the most dangerous thing ever was one time when... Oh, man. Me, Mike Rosario, Dylon, and I'm pretty sure Evan. Evan and my buddy Adam. I wanted to call him Squirrel.
Squirrel!
It's like nickname. Anyway, we're leaving this paintball event. It had been raining. We're out in Chicago. Yeah. Whew, that was so. It was so
You're in the
shitty.
city?
No, we were we were out in like
The countryside?
yeah, basically.
Chicago?
Yeah.
The urban area of Chicago.
Yeah. And Mike, I guess, wasn't paying attention or something happened and he zoned out, and we're coming up to this car which is stopped, and we're going way too fucking fast. And there's another car coming down the way, and we only have so much time. There's this car that's already halfway, like, this car stopped, this car's halfway here, and we are close. Mike is already slamming on his brakes, and this car passes, and as soon as that car passes, we whip right in to the illegally past this other guy, because we're still doing like 50, 30, somewhere around there, and we have enough time to gun it and get into another like intersection which is completely empty because another car is coming at us and they're moving at like 45, and it was a semi truck. We were about to get fucked, and it was like,
I've seen the result of stuff that happens to that.
and we made it, and Mike sat there, and I remember going, Mike, and I pointed. I was like, Mike, and he goes, and I just go, and that was the last. No one said a word. Like, it was just one of these things. Like, oh, we're about to fucking die. And then we turned and made it. We were like, wow. We freaked the fuck out. We freaked out. We were like, Mike, you're not allowed to drive anymore. He's like, okay, I'm done. He's like, but my physics skills paid off. Fuck fuck you.
Oh man,
Oh, it was so scary. The rake
man.
sucked. The pot of soup sucked.
the pot
those-
of soup.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
he,
not really
um,
like dangerous. Those are just like bad accidents.
Yeah,
That-
the soup was he had a pot of soup, boiling pot of soup, fall over and fill up his chef shoe.
Ooh,
Yeah,
That was beautiful.
I got to redress his bandages a
I feel
few
like
times.
we talked about that.
That was fun.
I feel like we talked about
I'm
that
pretty
already.
sure we have.
I don't
exactly like that.
Yeah.
You got to dress my bandages.
Yeah.
I had to shower with a bag on my foot for like a week.
damn.
It was great.
Yeah, I had to shower with
Actually,
a
a
bag
little
over
bit
my
longer
hand.
than a week. I had to like sit in a chair, and then I was tired of like showering in a chair, so like I started to like half-ass one-legged stand with my leg against the wall. My right leg was super swole at the time because all I did was hobble around
Yeah.
everywhere and stand like a fucking flamingo in the shower.
Your right leg is just like.
It was ridiculous. It was so funny.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I cut this hand open, I had to put a Ziploc bag over my hand when I showered, so I wouldn't get anything on the wound.
Shout out to my buddy Sean who punctured his testicle one time.
Ow!
Also, was hit in the head one time. They were young and they were playing rock tag because that seemed like an intelligent thing to do when you're kids. Rock tag. He got hit in the head with a rock and like he's like I don't think one of my earliest memories is my mom moving ridiculously fast. I was like, what? He's like, you've seen my mom, and she wasn't always like. She was definitely bigger, but my God, she moved. It was instant transmission. And then I was inside. But yeah, he fell off a counter when he was like 4 or 5
I fell off a counter when I was 4.
and took it to the testicle.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, I separated
Oh,
my,
I've heard that
I
story.
separated
Yeah.
my nose
That's
from
rough.
my face.
You separated your nose from your face.
Yeah, this part of my cartilage.
Oh.
I fell in like preschool. I don't really know. I was like in the hallway, fell
okay.
down.
I got my head split open quite a few times when I was a kid.
Jesus.
Yeah.
No.
I've had
Climbing on the backs
I had
of chairs and like hitting my head on corners and stuff.
Yeah, I had the back of my head get split open when I was a kid because
Stabbed in the ear with a pencil. I still-
Amelia split my head open once.
I was gonna say, like, my sister split my head open when that happened. Yeah, so we were jumping around on her. So we were in karate at the time.
Sisters are evil,
and
man.
I accidentally
she
hit Sam in the
flying-
face with the PVC plastic.
Yeah, so we were practicing karate on our parents' bed for whatever reason, and she flying leap kicked me off of the bed into the nightstand
Jesus.
and split my head open.
We were
That's
we were
fantastic.
building a cabinet, and I was like, this is like a year or two after we moved to America. Moved to Florida, so I was like 7, 8, and Amelia was what, like 5, 6. And so we were helping my dad build, or trying to help. We were just playing around. We were playing around, but we were trying to help my dad build this cabinet for
Okay.
our room. And Amelia had this like block of wood, and she was like, "Yay!" And then straight into my head.
Oh my God. Yeah, no. I was
Stopped
underwater.
bleeding
I
and
was
everything,
underwater
and
and
it's
I
like,
like accidentally.
That's the third time my head been split open.
Jesus. That
Third?
had been
Yeah.
that had been the third time?
Yeah.
Wow.
The two of us were in England when I was climbing on the back of the couch, and I hit my head on the
Yeah,
corner.
I just had the
Not as
one.
majestic or
My sister and
much
I,
of a story. I just
my sister and I both fell off the counters
Fell.
when we were. I think she was 5 or 6. I was 4.
Damn.
No, she was older than that because it was like a week apart that it happened. So she was like 7, 8, and I was like
great.
3, 4, and she fell off the counter, ate a wooden chair, and like she has a small dent in the side of her nose. And I did the exact same thing a week later, and now like my nose is a little bit crooked.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Yep.
that is hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh man. I'm pretty sure both me and my sister took the counter that was in my kitchen to the face. No, they had remodeled the kitchen after I got a little bit older. I took a desk to the eyebrow, and Sam took the quarter of the counter, the kitchen counter, to the eyebrow.
Yeah.
But
I can't think of anything else that I like
Yeah.
hit my
I'd,
head on or anything. But it's just corners, walls.
I've got a few, but we don't really have time for those stories. I'm fucking loving this beer though.
it is very good.
This is
It
really
is.
good. This is a
It's
good,
very-
I
easy,
actually
like,
like it.
sipping
Yeah.
beer, too.
You know
yeah.
what? Yeah, I could drink this.
You could drink that. It takes you a little bit, but I think it's because you were
Takes
talking a lot.
Yeah.
I was.
This was a talkative episode.
No.
I mean, dangerous memories. I always think about when the next time there's gonna be like an accident or like a
Yeah.
mistake.
There's a
was also a
surprising
time
amount.
Because I
of-
know it's gonna happen eventually.
Yeah.
You can't just go your entire life without getting hit. But
No.
There's a surprising amount of stories that start with this one time when I almost died.
It's one time when I almost died.
Like, so many.
So many of those.
We were fucking reckless as kids.
oh yeah.
We were reckless as teenagers and early 20s.
Yeah, we're still reckless.
I mean, we're not as reckless, but geez, we were.
Well,
we've
no,
wisened up.
we're equally as reckless, but we're wise about it now.
Yeah.
We're smart. We're smart with our
Smarter.
recklessness.
We're smarter.
Yeah, I wouldn't say smart, just smarter.
we're not old yet, so I feel like old people are the smartest with their recklessness,
Oh,
depending.
definitely. Depending on who you are.
As long
bro.
as you keep your sanity.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, no.
I would say I would
Freaking-
give this a solid 6. 6 or 7.
I'd give it a solid 8.
An 8?
Yeah. It's a pretty solid beer. It's got
It
some
is a
good
very
flavor to
solid
it.
beer.
It's a
one of those things that, like-
6.5.
I wouldn't go out of my way to find this, but if I saw it on tap somewhere, I'd absolutely drink it.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
just not something that I'm also going to, like, go and get when I see, like, I'm just going to go to the store and pick it up because it's great.
I'm gonna go pick up some
I still might, though.
double cannon.
Yeah.
It'd be good for occasional things. It is very light, though. It's not really...
It is.
It's very
It's-
light for a double
For a
IPA.
double
Yeah.
IPA, yeah.
It's
I
an
mean,
easy drinking double IPA.
It's very
definitely.
palatable.
Yeah.
I can't remember what the other double IPAs we had. Categories. We had one of
Uh,
the category 6. What was it?
No,
Category 5?
five was
Category
just a-
5, yeah, that's not
That
a
was a
double
double
IPA.
No.
We've had a
What
few
was it?
double IPAs. We've had a
What
triple
was it?
IPA.
We did have a triple.
Which one
I
was
think
the
we've had a
triple?
quadruple IPA as well.
What?
Oh.
Or no, we had the triple IPA, and I was talking about how there's also a quadruple IPA.
That's crazy.
That wasn't available at the time. Yeah.
Anyway, thanks for joining us. If you like what we're doing, giving us a like or subscribe. Or,
That'd be great.
I mean, I will always, like I keep saying, we'll take hate mail.
Yeah.
Who
You
even
can
take
also,
I will cry. No.
If you have anything you wanted to talk about,
I'm sorry.
clearly I just missed something. Anyway, if you have anything you want us to talk about, give us a comment or
Give us a
let
comment,
us know.
you know?
We'll add it to the jar and we'll talk about it at some point.
Eventually.
Adventure.
Ad-
Shut up.
Bye.
I'm so sunburned.
Peace.
Bye.